Welcome into the Real Kyper and Bourne Show, Season 5. We are live on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, Sportsnet Plus. And immediately following the show, you can download us on our YouTube Sportsnet channel, where you can give us a thumbs up. Poor Sammy, last night at the ball game. Jays conclude a 3-game set against Boston tonight.
Oh, God.
Right across all your Sportsnet channels. And Sammy, how were those 9 innings that you were so excited last night to leave our show?
I wasn't
to
excited.
get to.
There was not one bit of excitement. I was feigning it. Like, of course, I'm pretending to be excited about it, but I wasn't excited. It was pure dread.
Sam is a reluctant fan.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was, one of the worst regular season viewing experiences of a baseball game I've ever had, for sure. I've seen some bad playoff ones, but that was lifeless, feeble.
Were you and 42,000 other Blue Jay fans, not excited, or is this just the feeling like this is all caving in?
It's hard to get excited when you're sending out Max Scherzer out there, who got 5 runs put on him by the Kansas City Royals before he recorded an out in his previous outing. So you're thinking, okay, maybe this is the one where he figures it out. Strikes out Duran to start the game. You're like, oh, maybe bonk, bonk, bonk. They just, everything they touch turns to gold.
Bonk ball.
And then you can blame the pitcher, you can blame the umpires, you can blame whatever you want. They are historically ice cold right now at the Dish. It is incredible. They are unrecognizable, boys. They were the most exciting, electric, top-to-bottom team, and they're in the freezer. They're just frozen.
Can I tell you what I think makes it worse is that I think this looks a little bit more like going into the season, maybe what people expected.
And that's what April and May look like, too.
Right, and so there was this fear that, they're not going to be able to hit, and then they surprised us all, and so when it's not going great, there's this element of oh, man, are they really just coming back to earth?
Yeah, so
that's the fear.
I ain't watching.
We got Jason Gregor, host of the Jason Gregor Show out in Edmonton on Sports 1440, joining us in a few minutes. So we promised we won't turn this into a complete baseball show, but just one more for me.
Oh boy.
Okay,
you love when I'm tortured.
Is Vladdy?
Yeah.
Are Toronto fans going to be as hard on Vladdy as they are on Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, and the rest of the Leafs over the years?
I think it's a different relationship between the Leafs fans and the Leafs and the Jays fans and the Jays. I think it's a different sport, different relationship. But I do think that, listen, I always do the hockey dressing room barometer of what people are talking about. And, I played hockey today, my usual Thursday morning skate, 10:01 club. And the boys are turning on Vladdy. The Vladdy talks are, he's making 500 schmel. He's smiling at first base, blah, blah, blah. It's happening, bud. So,
I turned the channel last night, and I see the Yankee gazillionaire hit 2 home runs, and our gazillionaire can't get 25 over the season.
Yeah, here's what I'll say about Judge. He makes $125 million less than Vladdy does on his contract. So that's food for thought.
And surely you can tell when Kip knows that he's in the chat way more, being like, what's going on, Sammy? What's going on?
I'm checking on you, bud. You go dry on us every once in a while, and I get nervous.
Last night was bad. And I went with an obnoxious Sox fan who's a buddy of mine. He was just in my grill the entire game. And it's just every good thing happened for them. And tonight, I'm not going to watch. I'm going to a junior hockey game tonight. I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm going to sit there, maybe have a beer, have some popcorn, and I'm not watching the Jays.
Because we do know the NHL playoffs involving the Leafs has on occasion forced you to go outside and have a dart.
Yeah.
Please tell me we're not there yet with the Jays.
Not darts
no, the darts are happy darts usually. If the Leafs win a series or when Canada beat USA in the Four Nations face-off, have a dart. Not usually a lot of sad darts, but I do have a pack in my closet for situations that may arise.
Break glass.
I do have emergency darts. They're probably pretty dry. I haven't touched them in a couple months, but
awesome.
They're there.
I hope kids aren't listening to our show right now.
Anyways.
The Edmonton Oilers, we started off our show this week. What we thought maybe would have been a 4 or 5 minute conversation on Connor McDavid has turned into, I think, predominantly our first hour.
Yeah.
In a few minutes, we'll welcome in Jason Gregor. And we now have word that he is joining us now, host of the Jason Gregor Show on Sportsnet 1440 in Edmonton. And Jason, first of all, thanks for joining us. I hope it was a good summer, but I'm not sure what that means in Edmonton, knowing that the greatest player on the planet has less than 12 months to go before he's completely free to pick another team.
Yeah, there's definitely some angst, I think, amongst Edmontonians and Oiler fans for sure. I actually have an article today coming out of Oilers Nation about there's currently 125 players in the NHL who are in the final year of a multi-year deal that are unrestricted free agents. And then there's 51 guys who signed one-year deals, but they're not eligible to sign a contract until January, so I didn't include them. And, there's obviously lots of big names. McDavid's the biggest, right? But then there's Kaprizov, and there's Kyle Connor, and, Artemi Panarin, and Sergei Bobrovsky, and, John Carlson. So there's others, but obviously, it's McDavid. So it gets a lot of talk, and understandably so. I always thought he would never sign a contract until September at the earliest anyway. Now that looks that I'll be wrong, that he's not going to sign in September. I still, when I look at the Oilers and, they're close to signing Jake Wallman. They just got Podkolzin. Obviously, Draisaitl's there for a long, long time. I think people forget, they dominated the Western Conference in the playoffs last year. It wasn't close against Vegas and Dallas. They just lost to a juggernaut Florida team. So if Connor McDavid leaves, I always say, where's a better place? I get you want to win, but is it guaranteed you're going to win? We've seen that in the NBA. Superstars chase rings. Doesn't always catch one. So it'll be fascinating to me to see what he ultimately decides.
Okay, but before we get there, just in terms of up until this point, Jason, where do you see the method to his madness of coming out and being so non-committed to anything past this season? Because I don't think it's money. So
no.
What do you think it is? What's the reason of putting everybody on high alert as early as, July 2nd?
Now, obviously, Connor and his circle is pretty tight, so it's not like you're going to get a lot of information. So this is a little bit of, I would say, of covering him for, this will be 11th year. And, I have a decent relationship with Connor. I'm not going to lie to people and pretend that it's super, intimate and we text all the time or talk. It's not like that. But I've talked to him, had many, many conversations with him and other people around. Connor is, he's very much a deep thinker. I think he's using what he has at his disposal, which is time. And he feels like for him personally, I'm sure the outside people, fans and even the organization, they want him to sign, obviously. But Connor McDavid's well, I want to do what's right for me. So I think there's a few things here. He looks and he tried not to think about a contract this summer. That's why I always thought they would never do it. His brother's getting married, Draisaitl's getting married. They lost the Cup second year in a row. He probably didn't want to focus on it. Because the truth of the matter is, Nick, when you said, if McDavid says, okay, I want a contract, it's not a hard negotiation. Right? Let's be real here. This is not one where the agent's got to grind it out to see what you can get for Connor McDavid. If he wants to get the max, Edmonton would pay him the max. But he wants to win, so I don't think he'll ever want the max, right? Because it's just too hard to win in the NHL if one guy's eating up that much cap space. So I think he'll get a fair deal. I've even heard, it wouldn't shock me if McDavid signed a 2-year contract at $14 million, similar to Leon Draisaitl, right? And looks and say, hey, man, we want to win. And Leon, in the regular season the last 2 years, has probably been a better player than Connor McDavid. If you look at offense and defense and you combine it all, McDavid obviously had, great playoffs, don't get me wrong. But in the regular season, I think there's a lot of data that would suggest that Draisaitl's being the better player top to bottom in the regular season. So, if he signed for 14, 15, 16, whatever the number is, I don't think that changes. I think he's looking and saying, hey, what are we going to do? And he's probably looking a little bit here to say, okay, hey, the organization, I just want to make sure that they're still pedal to the metal. Let's try and win. And if he waits a bit, that just probably keeps them on their toes.
No, that is
JB. How do you do that? How do you make sure?
That is the question. The Oilers are obviously they're win now mode. They're Canada's best chance at a cup here. What moves can they take to drive that point home that we're trying here, man? We're in.
Well, I think I spoke to Stan Bowman about this, and And he says, really, it's a lot of just conversation about what's his plan. Because I agree with you guys. Like, nobody in the NHL can sit down here today, and I don't care what team you're on, and say, well, this is our plan, and it's for sure going to work. And we're guaranteed to get a cup. Right. It's impossible. Like, look at the Oilers last year. It's an if, but what if Zach Hyman doesn't break his wrist in, like, one of the weirdest, non-dangerous looking hits that we've seen? Right? What if he's healthy? What if Nugent Hopkins doesn't break his hand? Like, I know those are what ifs, but it's legit in the playoffs because you take away 2 of your top 4 forwards, and Matthias Ekholm, was playing meh because of an injury. Like, how different would they be? Maybe they win. None of us will ever know. And so you can have the best laid plan in pro sports. One key injury at the wrong time, guys, and it derails it. Like, Florida might have won 3 in a row if Matthew Tkachuk wasn't hurt in 2023.
So, listen, that I think that he wants to win. Like, yeah, and who doesn't, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, like, I mean, there's no trade waiting for him to go, that's the one. Or, okay, I need to see Isaac Howard in 2 more exhibition games, and if he looks like a stud, I'm signing. Like, there's nothing out there that's going to do that.
And I agree with you. And that's why, McDavid, when he asked, he goes, well, it's just going to be a feeling, which was probably actually honest, but it's hard for most people to wrap their head around. It goes, well, what do you mean it's a feeling? But because you're right, Nick, like there's not going to be a trade. Now, I guess, hey, let's, pie in the sky here. If they suddenly could make some, out of this world trade, they get a top 5 goal in the league. That might do it, but it's really hard to fit that into the cap space. And so there's no guarantee, guys. That's probably, I think, what's frustrating for a lot of Oiler fans and even for the organization is that they're like we're trying to win. I think we've shown nobody's gotten closer other than Florida, right? Like, so how much better of a job can you do?
The only reason I do not sense that he is going to sign anytime soon is because there is no feeling coming. I don't believe for 1 second he's going to wake up tomorrow and he's got the feeling, but he didn't have the feeling when he was talking to Elliot Friedman a week and a half ago. So
they win some hockey games, things start to feel right again.
No. That makes no sense. To come out and scare the hell out of your town and your team and your fans and the sponsors and the season ticket holders, only to wake up with this feeling that nobody knows about.
Well, but here's the thing. There's really nothing the Edmonton Oilers can do. Like, McDavid has a no movement clause. He's committed, says he wants to play this year. And so even if it got to the point and they said, hey, okay, you don't want to decide, well, we don't want to lose you for nothing, so we're going to trade you. Well, he's going to have 100% say in where he gets traded. And what if the team, let's say Edmonton, hypothetical here, made a deal with pick team A. And we're like, man, we're going to give you this guy, this guy, and this guy. And then McDavid's like, well, I'm not going to accept that trade because now the team I'm going to is not going to be as deep. So I'm not really sure what the options are for the Oilers other than to keep the lines of communication open, hopefully get off to a good start, and feel that, you know what, someday that feeling arises, or maybe there's a move that changes his mind. I don't know, because there's really nothing, guys, that I can think of, unless you can, that the Oilers can do here to expedite this decision.
Well, how are things shaping up around him? A couple of young guys, Savoy, Howard, is there a chance for these guys to pop? And it's like, all right, we got a little extra flair this year. How is the team looking outside the McDavid factor right now?
Well, the Oilers got one of the best defense scores in the game, right? Like, you look at their top 5 defense, it's really good. So you start there. Stuart Skinner is going to be a question mark until he, becomes more. Actually, if Stuart Skinner played like he did in the 50 regular season games and 21 out of 23 playoff games, so really 71 out of 73 games in 24, the Oilers will be fine. He had 2 bad games against Vancouver, but go look at his regular season 50 starts under Knobloch and his other 21 in the playoffs. They're actually really good. So if he gets back to that, they're okay, because then he's one of the best value goalies in the NHL. But their depth is obviously a concern, especially without Zach Hyman. He's not coming back until November. And then when he does come back, it's a wrist injury, guys. Like, how much is it going to take? We see players, when you miss camp, it's hard to play catch up. So you probably got to lower your expectations for Hyman. But the big one here is Connor McDavid had 26 goals last year.
That's wild.
He had 32 the year before, so that's 58 in 2 years. Draisaitl himself had 52 goals, and he missed the 11 games last year. Like, McDavid's got to score more himself, and he's talked about it. So their main core guys are still there. The Oilers are a playoff team. I think they're going to look to get a scoring winger between now and the trade deadline, and maybe a goaltender, depending on how it goes, maybe a right shot defenseman. But their depth is good enough to get off to a good start. Although the last 2 years, it's funny. Like the last 2 seasons where the Oilers went to the Stanley Cup, they got absolutely annihilated. 8-1 by Vancouver and 6-0 to Winnipeg on opening night. And they didn't have good starts in the first 10 games. So they've got, I think it's 7 of their first 10 on the road this year. So, and funny enough, they have all 16 of their Eastern road trip games done by December. That's never happened in franchise history. So we'll see. They got a 5-gamer, a 7-gamer, and then another 5-gamer that ends in Minnesota. And that's going to be a real, like the first 3 months here is going to be tough for the Oilers, I think, to have a really great start.
You're watching and listening to Jason Gregor, host of the Jason Gregor Show on Sportsnet 1440 in Edmonton. So, Jason, as far as Howard is concerned, they give up Sam O'Reilly, the first rounder out of London, for his rights. What have you seen out of Howard so far?
Well, I'm always one who likes to caution people when it comes to young players. The NHL is a very difficult league. You guys know it firsthand. And young guys on cup contenders, like I went through the list, guys, like outside of the Stan Coven and Blake in Carolina, there was no rookies. Like look at Florida. Samaskowicz scored 15 goals in the regular season. He didn't even play in the playoffs. So you know what? You can have young guys help you, but they're not going to be the difference maker. Let's call a spade here. Like I won't be shocked if Ike Howard gets a little American League time like 85% of the NHL does. So we'll see. I think Matt Savoy is definitely going to be ready for an NHL role, probably a third-line player on the penalty kill, 5-on-5. He's a smaller forward. He's a complimentary guy. Ike Howard, maybe down the road because of his shooting ability, could be a big-time scorer, but I'm not sold he's in the NHL all season long, just because when I look at the roster, and if Ike Howard's not playing 14 minutes a night, 13 minutes a night, he's better off developing in the American League like Matt Savoy did last year.
For sure. Well, one of the reasons I like some of what's going on in Edmonton is I liked the Trent Frederic trade, the pickup. Like, I really like the player. I think he's perfect for what the Oilers need, assuming he can be the guy, at the high end of his game. What have you seen from him, and what do you expect from Trent Frederic this year?
Well, it's an interesting one because, Oiler fans are like, this guy got 8 years because he was playing on one leg last year. So you didn't, right. You got a shadow of what Trent Frederic can bring. And preseason, guys, like, oh my God, can we take a moment of silence to applaud the fact that we never have to watch 8 preseason games again after this year?
There's Zadorov last night just skated off the ring.
Dude, the Edmonton-Seattle game might have been the most uneventful hockey game I've ever watched. Right? Like, I was just watching U13 tryouts, and they were better. And I get it. Like, the veterans, what the hell do I got to, like, I'm just trying to get through these games. So they only have 2 next year, each veteran. It's going to be amazing. But so Trent Frederic, it's hard to know until the regular season comes. Guys aren't hitting anybody in the preseason. There's no one chirping. Like, parts of his game that make him impactful, you don't really see in the preseason. But he's skating better, which is a good sign. So now he's going to be able to get to places. He has the unbelievable opportunity of playing with McDavid and Draisaitl to start the season. So, you know what? He'll have a huge opportunity there, and I do think he'll bring some ruggedness and tenacity that they need in their top 6. I'm not sold he's a guaranteed top 6 guy, but he's never played there. So sometimes you just need an opportunity. We'll see.
Jason, Connor McDavid is not the only one heading into an unrestricted situation. Half the blue line is on Edmonton, and the most noticeable one is Mattias Ekholm. Now, he's 35 years of age, but I would imagine another consistent year out of him, he'd want to raise at age 35, 36.
Actually, I think it's going to be the opposite, Nick.
You think it's coming down?
Yeah, I think it's coming down.
Ekholm kind of thing?
Yeah, they absolutely love Edmonton. Like, you know what? They're from Sweden. Their kids love they love the winter. I know some people like, oh, everybody hates the winter. Well, like, nobody loves minus 30. Let's be honest here. But when it's minus 6 and 7 and you're tobogganing, you're sledding, they love it. And, Ekholm, he believes that Edmonton has a chance to win, not just 1 year, but for multiple years. And so I think that he will get a 2-year deal done, maybe 4.5. something like that. I think Jake Wallman's very close to signing a contract with the Edmonton Oilers. I could see it being closer to like a 6-year deal for him. And then Brett Kulak's the interesting one because he's a very steady player. I think they'd like, he's from Stony Plain, just outside Edmonton. He's very well liked in the room. He's a really good third pair defenseman, right? Who can moonlight if you have injuries in your top four. Like, what do you want? He's 2.75. Like, he's a bargain. So I think they would like to re-sign him, but it just comes down to, can you get everybody signed? And he might come. Like, if I look at, I think Wallman's probably the closest. Then it would be Ekholm and then Kulak.
Just one more on the blue line, and that's the narrative the last few years, Jason, is that you can't win with this blue line. So you bring everybody back, and that's that you can win with this blue line.
Well, they went to the Stanley Cup final twice. Like, it's funny, like it's almost like people would rather value Evan Bouchard taking a stroll in November 28th rather than watching him dominate in the playoffs. Look at his postseason, guys. Look at his numbers the last 3 years in the playoffs. There hasn't been a better defenseman when you look at point production and then goals for, goals against. And Mattias Ekholm wasn't there as his security blanket last year, which was a valid thing to question the year before. Well, yeah, he's playing with Ekholm. He's really good. Well, Ekholm didn't play for the first 3 rounds, and Bouchard was still really good. So their defense core is more than solid. I think it's, if you look from 1 to 6 even, I think they're probably a top 5 blue line in the NHL. It's all about puck moving now, right? And they've got size. Like, Bouchard's 6'3", right? He doesn't play hard and physical in the regular season, but he plays more than hard and physical enough in the regular season. Ekholm's big, Nurse is big. Wallman's 210 pounds. He's solid enough. So could they add maybe a bigger guy in the third pair? Possibly. But I think their blue line is more than fine the way they move the puck. What their biggest questions are, do they need wingers who can score, and can their goaltending be more consistent?
So last one for me, just looking around the division for the Edmonton Oilers, who's a threat to them? Like, LA, Vegas, is there anyone? Is this Edmonton's division to win here going away?
LA.
Like LA?
Well, they haven't won, guys.
They're 0 for 3.
They finished ahead of Edmonton last year.
Yeah. Edmonton's got the longest drought in NHL history without winning their division. They haven't won their regular season division since 1987. So I can't say it's theirs to win. Yes, that's true. They're in 87 and the Islanders are 88. Those are the 2 longest in NHL history. So the Oilers, I think they'd like to win it because, you get home ice advantage. It's just one less flight guaranteed every time. So, but Vegas is good. Now, they get Marner, which will really help their offense, but they lose Pietrangelo. I think that's a big loss, and Nicholas Hague. But Vegas is still good. They always get off to great starts, guys. Like, that's where Edmonton's usually playing catch-up, so they'll need a better start. LA is a good team, but, like, Edmonton's just not scared of LA. They're just not. Like, even when they don't play well, they come back and win 4 straight. So they're not really worried about LA, I don't think. Like, the Kopitar sayonara year-long thing, and I love him as a player, but I just going to say this. I hate season-long goodbyes. I'm sorry.
Hate it.
It can be a month. It can be 2 weeks. We don't need a season-long goodbye. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not good for any player. Don't like it. And Vancouver's a real big wild card to me. What are they going to do? Are they going to be the team from 2 years ago? Is Pettersson going to come back? Is Demko going to stay healthy? Because if that happens, then Vancouver should be a playoff team.
Great stuff, Jason. Really appreciate your time as always. Look forward to a great season having you on.
Anytime, fellas. Have a good one. Thanks for having
buddy.
me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing that. Jason Gregor, host of his show, Jason Gregor Show, 1440 in Edmonton.
I don't know that I've ever hated anything as much as I hated the Derek Jeter retirement tour. You're giving him gifts to every city he's in. Ugh.
The Jays gave him a trip to Banff.
Did they give him a Canada Goose jacket?
They gave him a trip to Banff, I think.
And for the
Wherever
record,
he did
it's
it.
Beautiful
just
place.
Sports Sammy 1440.
On Sports 1440, yeah. That's what it's written on the lineup.
What did I say?
I mean, you said Sportsnet a few times. You said sports. You seemed very unsure of what to say, but it's okay. You've got
On
through
Sports
No
1440.
weather? They don't do
in
any
Edmonton.
weather?
Yeah. But why are you looking like I didn't say anything? what are you looking at me?
I thought Derek mentioned to me that.
Oh, Derek maybe said something.
Derek, how is it?
Oh, Gregor said something. That's why. Okay, I got you. Gotcha. Well, listen, I wrote the proper thing in the lineup. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen,
I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
You know me, how quick I am to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, you're throwing me under the bus.
Yes.
I, for once, did it right. Like, I wrote it correctly.
Just be happy he's reading the lineup.
yeah,
first of all-
but reading it incorrectly.
First of all, he doesn't seem. He comes across like he's not overly concerned about the whole
McDavid.
McDavid scenario.
You come across like you've got some concern.
Oh, yeah.
I just do not understand how you go from the end of the season to where Connor is right now, and then turn around and, to his point, say, now I've got the feeling.
I disagree with you on one point.
Which one?
You've got the point that you don't think he's just going to wake up and suddenly it's, what's going to have changed.
Well, no, not now, not
Yeah.
anytime soon, but could he feel much better at Christmas or March?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like he doesn't have to sign now.
Doesn't have to sign.
He knows they want him, so there's no incentive to sign. And
Well, he could get hurt. You don't know what happens off
yeah,
the ice.
he could.
I mean, those are long shots, but those are always considerations for an agent and a player and a family.
And it might be part of the consideration come November when he wakes up and he goes, I feel pretty good about things. We're pretty good. We're first in our division. I'm top of the league. Why not? I don't want to break my leg. Let's do it. But I do think you can wake up one day and just go, all right.
I
commit the rest of my
don't
life
see
to this.
Connor McDavid as
I
guy.
actually do agree with Bourne. As much as I don't want to, because I want to, keep the narrative that he's leaving, because I think it's more fun. But I do think there's a world where he's just like,
But
they're ripping their first place. The young guys are playing great. They look good. He's like, you know what? I'll do 3 years. Let's just sign
he's
it.
not
Sure.
an person. He's not.
The other factor is that we don't know how much of it is his feeling versus family feelings. And maybe his wife being like,
There's a lot of ands going on right now out of your side of the
hers
desk.
is in a negative tone, right?
Yeah, she's like,
Maybe
the
she's
most
going,
the most exciting thing about this city is we have a heated driveway.
it's good when it's minus 6 and 7 and the kids can toboggan. But anyway, I'm just saying, I don't know. None of us.
There's lots of different people in his life that are telling him a lot of different things. And him and Austin Matthews are the same agent. So
Oh my God.
I also have to consider,
facts.
like, overall, I don't want to say stress on him, but
That might be part of what's
He-
bugging him
it might-
eventually.
might be a little bit more than what he's accustomed to, dealing with so much. First and foremost is he's got this real sense of urgency that you feel about needing to win a championship, right? More so than other athletes want to kind of show.
For him, it's different than almost anybody because he is going to be one of the
Legacy.
greatest players in the history of the game. If he
Yes.
doesn't have a cup, it's the first sentence of his bio.
It is funny. It does feel like that's like Quinn Hughes is also a captain of his team and also, in this similar situation contract wise, but it feels like his priority is to build the band back with his brothers.
But there's
where we
no
am.
sign of any stress or strain on Quinn Hughes right now.
But it is funny. So Ian McIntyre wrote a great column about how, Quinn Hughes is going to do whatever it takes to win, right? He is going to be the best player he can and provide the best.
As Connor.
Yes, as Connor is going to do the same. But these are captains, and they are responsible for quieting noise, keeping the group going the right direction. I wonder if there's not some strain that'll come with being the captain that's placing a burden and this extra stress.
Whether we're talking about Quinn Hughes or Austin Matthews or Brady in Ottawa, it's not even comparable to Connor.
No. Connor's
Connor's-
contemporaries are Sid and Gretzky.
Connor's carrying a league.
Yes.
He is the face.
Correct. Okay.
That he's constantly has to be that guy.
I don't think the league would ever
And then
care.
on top of that, we're in an Olympic year. So now he's got to be the face and the voice of Team Canada. So there's that whole Olympic dynamic as well. This is shaping up for a very trying year for him in terms of hoping everything goes right.
Some media members
And
going to
he-
get told to go kick rocks.
He kind of looks at times
Absolutely.
like he's got a very short fuse.
Well, he's always been a grump.
But he has been a grump. I also
he could get grumpier.
Oh, he's
this
gonna get
year.
grump- he's
it
gonna get
sucks
grumpier.
that if you're good at a sport, you also have to be this like media thing. He just wants to be a hockey player.
Yeah,
You know,
but that's not the way it works.
Well,
that's what the 13 schmilly
I-
year is for.
It's also for shooting it in the net.
Yeah,
more than
but
anything.
like a big part of it is you're the captain. You're one of the highest paid players in the league. You have to deal with that. That's just what comes with the territory.
I also
Yeah,
worry
it's-
about his. I mean,
yeah,
him getting hurt this year.
Oh yeah, I mean he's already had a
That's a
few.
concern
He
too, because there's
broke
so
both
much.
his legs off
There's-
at the femur.
There's
Gone?
There's so much.
Someone's still giving him 8 years, 13
Correct.
million.
No, I don't worry about the money. I don't worry about any of that. You just worry about is it going to come to the point where like this is really heavy on him this year, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And the tendency is
this
sometimes
is why how
the
it
body
plays out matters.
the body can break down or shut down a little bit. There is a connection between stress and strain and the body.
And as
There
you've
is.
talked about a million times, Kipper, there's nobody that pushes themselves harder in terms of off-season workouts.
Oh,
and
this guy's a
skating.
machine. He's just a machine.
yeah.
And it's
Book
like
him
a
for an easy
it's
50
like a very
this year.
tight guitar string sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can
I
snap.
gotta tell you, if I'm an Oilers fan listening to Kip today, I want him to just stop.
Put a sock in it. That's what you're hoping for. Time for a sock.
Talk more Hughes.
Yeah. How many goals do you think you're potting with McDavid and Draisaitl on your line?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like right now.
I get
Like Bourne stepping in right now.
42-year-old.
20,
12.
15.
You're snapping in
12.
12 to 15.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I'm just going to the net and stopping.
yeah. And they're gonna
Like Zach Hyman got a cool does just stopping.
Hey,
I don't think people realize like how horrific his injury was.
Hyman?
Yes.
No, it was so innocent and
kinda
weird.
No,
mangled
the
in there, right?
damage.
Oh, really?
The actual damage, that it was a very difficult surgery, I heard.
Really?
Yep.
So weird.
And a big reason why he needs extra time now. So to Jason's point there, you hope that he can come back and pick up where he left off because he's such a terrific hockey player and a big part of their team. And yeah, you just hope that the hands work again as well as they have in the past.
You just have so much time because let me be the first to put this on record this year. Pacific is trash.
It's no good.
It's bad. Sharks, no good. Ducks, no good. Kraken, no good. Flames and Canucks, okay. Kings, okay.
Golden Knights.
Is them in
Good.
Vegas?
What do you don't think Ducks with Quenneville and
Yeah, they had 80 points
Yeah,
last
but-
year. So they get 10 points better?
Yeah.
15 points better?
they maybe take 3 to 4 off you
Sure.
as opposed to not taking any off you?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Ducks may be
Yeah.
in a wild card race this year, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not the league the Oilers are
No,
in.
no, you're right.
Not even a weekend. You're calling for the Oilers fans to hate me.
Listen, you're calling for Connor McDavid to leave and snap his ACL.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at
It's a
things
lot.
to think about.
Buddy, that's not just him. The captain of the team we cover every day is going through the same thing, bud, with the pressure and having to be the captain of Team America and the long year coming off injury. Like, it's a ton of pressure for these guys.
All right, with
And
that,
people are thinking.
we're going to take
Yes.
a break.
Oh, we should break. Yep.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll pick up on the conversation on the other side of Real Kyper and Bourne.
Vibes, however you spice.
Back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. We are the Real Kyper and Bourne show. 7 players on waivers today. 6 I've never heard of before. But there is a goalie.
Ted Schneebel.
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of like that. But Connor Ingram is a goaltender who's got some experience and at one time played some pretty good hockey for Utah and Arizona, I think.
Mhm.
So there are teams out there that have, it's been noted, could use some help here. We're not sure where the Toronto Maple Leafs lie with Joseph Wall and his immediate future and how long that may be.
Mhm.
Would the Leafs, I'll start with you, JB, consider picking up Connor Ingram on waivers?
Definitely. I think there's a strong chance that they are interested. I think the first question you have to ask yourself is, how much better is Connor Ingram going to be than Dennis Hildeby?
Mm-hmm.
What's the delta there? Is it a couple saves? Does he make a few more? Because if so,
Listen, one guy has proven he could play and be successful in the NHL, and the other guy hasn't.
He's over a 900 save percentage in his short NHL career.
Right?
Yep.
He's not like he's 31 either. I think he's in his
28
years old.
Yep.
So he's
also has an
should be in his
AHL
prime.
2A contract, so he could play in the A if he had to.
I have heard the Oilers are kicking tires as well, possibly on the thought of Ingram. And I had heard that at one point Utah and Carolina thought they had a trade this summer for Ingram. And you wonder if Carolina would take a run at him.
You know, the next question then is, why is he available? Right? Like what's Utah got that who are their two goalies right now?
They just signed Vermelka.
Vermelka and Vanacek. So they like a couple more established
big
guys.
contract too.
And Ingram isn't free. He's a 1.9, I think.
Yeah.
So
that's another one too. Do the Leafs want to fit in a $1.9 million contract right now?
Well, if Wool comes out, it's all right, manageable. Although LTIR doesn't help them if they're not in LTIR much.
No, but I
they
think
have $2 million to play with. They can do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on how you rate this guy. Connor Ingram so last year he was down in the American League in a conditioning stint, and then his mother passed away, and he entered the league's program then. In 2021, he was in the league's program, some OCD and alcohol thing. I don't know why he's available. He's not that much different than Vanacek to me as a goalie. So maybe they don't think
he was pretty bad last year for Utah.
He had a bad year for Utah.
He was.
That could be related to all his off-ice problems.
He was an 882
and everything.
882 in 22 games.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
it wasn't great.
There's reasons to have pauses. All I'm saying, he's not like let's get this guy for sure.
To me, he feels like the perfect sort of Martin Jones, Matt Murray type of guy.
To be
that's
clear,
a third goalie.
I think they should do it.
I think he's kind of that perfect kind of guy.
Yeah, I think he can be a really good goalie in the league when he's on. His best game is very good.
Yeah.
So it's an option.
Cowan.
Back in tonight.
Third straight preseason game.
Only player?
I had him penciled in the starting lineup this year.
Of the Leafs?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Well, I mean, when I say starting, I mean
on the team.
One of 22 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear the coach talk about him? This is two separate clips kind of put together, but there's pretty positive.
Okay.
So we'll play clip one there, Derek.
Just like I said, I like the way Cowan's playing, and another good opportunity for him to go up and play again. They're going to have a pretty good lineup, I imagine. So, and I want to see that line together up there. They're going to be playing against good players, so it's an opportunity to see what he can do and what the line can do together. He has very good instincts for the game, especially on the offensive side of things, and he's a highly competitive player. That's he's so competitive on his stick and things like that, and battling for pucks, and he skates well. There's a lot of upside there, the way I look at it. Not only offensively, but good offensive players most of the time have the instincts to play good defense. If you're killing a penalty or they know what offensive guys are going to do, they can anticipate. So yeah, he's a guy that anticipates the game well for me.
That's the most praise we've ever heard. Yeah. Be heap on anyone. So what gives him the best chance of being in the lineup is what's going on with the lineup tonight. They got him beside Lorentz and Lawton. It's technically their first line.
Yeah.
But Lorentz and Lawton is exactly a line he could play on. Go forecheck, make plays. You can create a few goals. That's a place you could see him outside the top six. So this to me seems like not a, hey, get another game in, kid. This seems like a, hey, does this line work? Is this one we can use?
Build some chemistry with these two fellas.
Yeah.
We're talking about one of the best players in junior hockey last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's one of the best playoff scorers in junior history, I think, in the last 2 years.
Lit it up.
How does that not buy you the first 10 games of the regular season?
I guess the question is, do you care if it's the first 10 or if it's 9 games or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, should he not be? Where do you want him to be?
Well, where you want him to be is developing.
Yeah,
and playing.
That's what I'm getting at. Pathetic job of doing it. But
you can find out in the first 10 games whether or not he can keep up and bring energy to your team, which you desperately need with youth and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And that he's at the forefront for me. All these names battling, he's at the forefront for me.
I love the sort of youthful exuberance angle that you kind of alluded to there, Kyper. Just a guy that,
I'm happy to be there.
Just enter it into the bottom half of your lineup and let him just be pissed off at people and be horned up and trying to hit people
just
and
be
going to the
thrilled to be
net.
at the rink every day.
Yeah, just be excited. Like I just, a lot of this group has been together a long time and they've had a lot of training camps and a lot of seasons that have looked a lot the same.
It's his third training camp, correct?
He was
third camp, yeah.
So that's
excellent in his first one, not so good last year.
He's stronger, he's more mature, and sometimes that's still a battle for him. There's sometimes then he gets a little too excited.
God, he got that look in last game in front of the net and blew her wide. It's like, oh.
But he's
excited.
he's very close to being a regular for me.
Yeah, listen, you can totally talk me into that. He punched whoever was in the face and got a minor penalty in the exhibition game. And I was just like, yes, please punch people in the face.
He likes to compete.
Yeah, that's great. So, sure, I think that's a legit shot for him. I think that's another nail in the coffin for Nick Robertson, though, if they've got Cowan in, right?
No, I think there's a spot for him, too. It's just the Järnkrok and Kämpf still being around.
Those, you've got the options of having a team pick them up on the waiver wire, and if that doesn't happen, then you either send them down.
Send Calle Järnkrok to the minors.
Well, it's what
player.
It's 10 minutes away.
He's all right.
So Järnkrok's going to play next season in the NHL. Okay? This season.
Yeah.
And even if he starts in the Marlies for a little bit, it might take a month for teams to go, ooh, my team's not that good. I need a penalty killer. They'll grab him.
Järnkrok.
Kämpf's another guy. By the trade deadline, you're telling me somebody doesn't need a penalty killer?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Totally.
They're going to be serviceable players for other teams, just not now, right now.
So you don't think Järnkrok and Kämpf will be on the Leafs?
No, I think it's time for some new faces again, like we just talked about.
I would say the biggest,
and it's $2.5 million.
Yeah, they make a little bit of money.
Just too much money.
And the Leafs' tendency to have pretty good players who don't have any punchiness to their game is
if
I don't mean physical punchiness. I just need energy, pep, dynamism.
If you're telling me that you're going to start the season and on the third line right wing, I have a choice between Easton Cowan and Calle Järnkrok, I'm like, you know what? Just let me see Cowan.
Yeah, let me see it. But okay, it's game 7 of the playoff series.
Yeah, I don't want neither of them.
Yeah, okay.
Is that fair?
For now.
I mean, Calle Järnkrok's one combined playoff goal with the Leafs.
So, and is it Hildeby again? Gets another look tonight?
Hildeby's in. So no Stolarz backing up. Peksa's getting another game. So last year, Peksa. Last year we did the thing where we were like, "Hey, Woll hasn't been in any. When are they going to put him in? Why aren't they putting him in any exhibition games? We're going to be through 3 here, and Stolarz not even getting a minute of game action. What's going on?"
Honestly, I think you gotta worry about as early as this week. You got to worry about wear and tear and protecting his starts.
Yeah, you got Austin Matthews has played. You got John Tavares has played. Morgan Riley's
those guys,
played. That guy Stolarz can't play.
Those guys' knees are in way better shape than Stolarz'
If they're
knees.
doing knee maintenance after 3 months off, they got big issues and should really pause on this contract they're about to sign.
Maybe that's what's going on.
Elliot said today something about one of the hypothetical deals was could it be 5 years?
5 years?
Hey,
No,
listen,
I think it's not going to be. But
Whoa.
Good on him if he can get 5 years, but he's got health issues.
Oh, God. Connor Ingram, come on down. You're the starting goalie.
I don't know exactly how many games are you paying for, in your opinion, for Stolarz?
40.
Yeah. You're hoping for 45, but it's going to be from 35 to 40, 35. 35 to 40,
All
I
right.
think. What do you think?
You like those odds after how many years in professional hockey that this year is the year he plays 45 games?
Yeah, I don't think he's been good enough to have that opportunity in the past. I know he's been hurt some too, but
A lot.
hurt
With
a lot too.
multiple surgeries.
So if I'm okay, let's play a over-under game here. If I'm setting the over-under for starts this year for Stolarz, and I make the number, let's do 33.5.
Yeah.
Because he started 34 last year.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to go over?
Yeah.
Kipper, what are you going to do?
Yeah, but what does over mean? 36?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like his new career high.
I'll take him at 36.
36.
And then Wool's
Yeah, but
going
I
to
don't-
play 30, and now we need 16 games from Hildeby?
I would take
Yeah,
the
yeah.
under at 41.
You would, eh? That's the pocket we're looking at? All right.
How about
All
you?
I think he's going to surprise.
I can't argue with you.
I think he's going to surprise. I'll be optimistic. I'm
You're hoping.
yeah. I'm you know
Okay,
I'm also
you're allowed to hope.
I'm
Hope's
also
not a
hoping
plan.
I'm also hoping the Jays win tonight, boys. I'm hope right now. It's
Listen,
September.
Why wouldn't you? Like he's proven he's a very talented guy.
Yeah.
But what
numbers
he
in the
hasn't
NHL are
proven is he can
crazy.
play 40 games in an NHL season.
Yeah.
That's what he hasn't proven.
No, I mean I loved him last year. I thought
He was great.
I thought he was like an emotional leader for the team too. Like he just really seemed tough in there. He's big shiny helmet flying around in there.
Tough to miss that big shiny helmet with an
And
elbow,
then
apparently.
Sam Bennett.
William Nylander off the ice
what
for
do you
maintenance.
expect? Different set of rules. Does whatever he wants. Out there.
Sam Bennett.
Does whatever he wants.
Bam, send it.
What are you hearing?
Simone Benoit did not skate, but he will skate tomorrow. Domi could play on Saturday, so he's close.
I saw Willie missed today, and then somebody was like, "It's because he was doing his YouTube channel."
A little
Willie,
banged up, but he's fine.
Willie has a YouTube channel.
Did you clip
don't know, does he?
Jonathan Huberdeau in Calgary?
I did. I don't even know if I could find it now. I did. I was on our first show,
I know.
but he was just basically like, "I don't feel like skating today." But that was a while ago. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of shows a bit of an attitude in terms of, what the guys think that they need or what they don't need. So everybody's like, maintenance day or, you heard it. No, I just didn't feel like
Yeah, he
skating.
was clowning, though. He didn't mean that. He was just clowning.
Well, he
I
did mean it. He meant that I didn't want to skate today.
No, I don't believe that for a second. No way.
Oh, go find the clip.
I've heard the clip. I've heard it.
So
I thought he was like, yeah, I just didn't feel like skating. Like, of course there was a reason.
oh, so he's
you
hiding
fools.
something.
Yeah, Derek's got it. if
All
you
right,
wanna play it.
listen
Yeah,
to
play
it.
Yeah, this is really.
Just maintenance yesterday, not.
Yeah, I just woke up, didn't feel like skating, so I just didn't skate. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's smiling, he's laughing.
You know what's funny?
He woke up.
He didn't feel like skating? Of
But
course
hey,
there's a
listen,
reason.
I woke up a lot last year and didn't feel like coming to work.
I got to tell you, I woke up this morning and I played hockey on Thursday mornings.
No.
I didn't feel like skating either.
You didn't feel like going to bed last night.
Oh, that's true. Well, listen, I was a good boy, but
Jay's
I
game.
couldn't sleep.
Anyways, I think
Tough
it's.
time of year for veterans.
I think honestly, like 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you would never have heard that guy say that.
Yeah.
Even if it was, even if he had a reputation for being a guy that jokes around.
You know,
It's just
Glenn
like
Hall
you
used to tell the team, he used to say he was painting the barn. He'd miss the whole training camp and just say, painting the barn, can't be there till the game starts.
Peyton the Barn is so good.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Back in the day.
But Willie apparently has a YouTube channel.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
Like, is he doing interviews, like podcasts, or is
He's
he
doing the
skits?
YouTubes. Yeah, I don't know.
Do we get to watch him walk his dog?
I probably. Maybe have a party while he has a severe concussion on there.
Take the TTC?
Yeah, probably.
All right, what's going on around the league?
No more Willie talk.
Whatever,
YouTube channel. He's gonna unbox gifts.
What's the big deal, really?
What's the big deal? He's gonna unbox gifts. It's gonna be beautiful.
The league's least compelling.
Yeah. Jamie Benn has a collapse lung.
That's bizarre.
Out for a month.
From an exhibition game? He got hit during a game?
He'll be out
Sammy's emergency darts. I don't know what that.
preseason game against the Minnesota Wild. And the Minnesota Wild unveiled the nicest jerseys in the
I
league.
tried this on Tuesday.
Oh, there we go. Look at those. Beautiful.
I tried to say this on Tuesday that tomorrow we're going to have Doug McLean on.
That's
But
confirmed.
now I mean it.
Confirmed. He's joining us tomorrow.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Off the Rails Friday, your first one of the year. Don't miss it.